So finally, from the island of Iona, I'm hoping to do some landscape photography. I got here about 5 days ago after shooting a full week on Mull, and the weather has been less than ideal whilst I've been here. It's one of those things, you got to take it as you find it, and when you've got limited time, you've just got to do what you can. So this morning I've headed down to a place called the North Beach, which obviously is on the northern part of the island, and it's this beautiful white sandy beach that you see behind me, absolutely stunning. And it's one of many beaches just like this on Iona that you can visit. I've been here before, so I've got a composition in mind. I was hoping that the light would be better, but Ben Moor, which is just behind me, is where the sun comes up at this time of year, and it's completely shrouded in cloud at the moment, so I'm not hopeful for much light. But whilst I'm here, the beaches are beautiful, and I'm sure I can find something else to photograph. I've seen otters on this beach, and it's about that time of day when you can see them, so fingers crossed. I mean, I won't be able to film them, I've just not got the equipment, but if we can see them at a distance, I'll try my best to film them. Other things to see on Iona is the very rare corncrake. It's one of the last places in the UK where you can actually see this very, very rare and secretive bird. Put a picture of that up now for you to look at. I took that photograph about 2 years ago. If you come between the times of sort of May to June, July, you can see corncrakes, and they're not that easy to see, but you can certainly hear them in the grass, and if you're lucky enough and if you're patient enough, you will see them. They sort of dash across the roads. Just one point that I want to make about the island is that if you fancy some landscape photography here, and it really is worth coming to, there are some restrictions in that the ferry only runs from about 8:30 in the morning, so to get here at dawn is now impossible, unless you're staying on the island like I am this week. And similarly for sunset shots, the ferry only runs till about 6 o'clock, something like that. So any evening work is just out of the question. So you've really got to stay here to make the most of it. The one real difficulty is that there's no cars allowed here, certainly from the public point of view. The only cars that are allowed on the island are those of the people that live here. So getting around is on foot alone. So I would advise that if you do stay here, always bear in mind that you're going to need to travel as light as you can to get to where you need to do any photographic work. I've got my bag pretty much as empty as it can be this morning, but allowing myself to still be able to photograph things like macro, wide angle, and a bit of telephoto work if I need to. So the sun's coming up now, it's getting a little bit of colour in the sky, so I'm going to get down there and try and find a nice composition. So I've just got down to roughly the spot where I want to take my photographs from, and I had to show you this. Hopefully you can see those running off into the distance there. These are otter footprints, and I've no idea whether I'll see any this morning, but if I'm going to see them, it's going to be around about now when they're going to be active. I've never photographed otter here before, and I have got my long lens with me, and I should have a go. I think it's just the difficulty of getting all the equipment up to this end of the island that I've not got round to it yet, but I certainly will. But what a beautiful thing to see, even if you're not seeing the animal. Just to know that they're around is a big deal for me anyway. It's absolutely wonderful. They just sort of, you've been running along the edge of the shoreline there, so we're looking for something to eat this morning. And back there, just a little while ago, I saw some juvenile otter prints, so there's cubs about as well. Absolutely wonderful. Hope we see them. Anyway, so the composition that I have in mind for now is this group of rocks just over to the left here. The light's colouring up a little bit now, the clouds above me are colouring up, and I'm going to try and do an exposure that just isolates those rocks and the dawn light and nothing else. So better get the gear out and get cracking. I think I'm going to move my composition. I'm not happy with it. There is a bit of colour in the sky, but because I'm shooting into the light, those rocks are coming out as just very, very dark silhouettes, and I knew that, but I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera now, but from this side there's quite a lot of where the water's hit the rocks. You can see the light bouncing off and glistening, that's sort of bouncing off the light above, and I thought that might actually show on camera, but it's a really dark silhouette, and in order to get that to any degree where I can see the textures on the rock, all the surrounding areas, the sky, the foreground is just going to be too bright, so I'm going to try and move, hopefully capture something before it's too late. So after much searching, I've found a composition that works. I've changed the lens from 100 to 400 to a 16 to 35. It's these rocks behind me here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly set up. I'm not going to talk for too long here. I'm using the curvature of the wide angle to great effect, the distortion effect, to make an arc of seaweed on the beach here, and as the water's coming in a fan shape, and with the rocks beyond, and hopefully try and lengthen the exposure to create that nice soft effect of the water. The sky's actually colouring up quite nicely above me now, so I need to get moving. So this composition is actually really nice, I love it. I've got a 16 to 35mm lens on, I'm at about the 20mm end, and currently I'm on f14 and an 1/8 of a second, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to wait for the moment when the water comes in and creates this lovely fan shape as it's hitting the kelp in front of it. I'm trying my best to get this before the tide beats me back. It's coming in pretty quickly all the time. I've got these rocks coming in from the left-hand side, and at the moment the sky is beautiful. I've not got the sunrise, but the colour is there in the sky. Fantastic histogram, so there's going to be no problems with getting the exposure back on the computer. It's pretty easy to get. I could put a cable release on if I had a bit more time, just try and better gauge the point when the water's receding out, but to be fair, it's pretty easy, and I'm getting it more or less every time, and it's just a case of choosing the best one when I get back. It's fantastic when it happens. I had my doubts this morning, didn't think I was going to get a shot. Whether the composition's the very best it could be, but it certainly, to my mind, it captures the beauty of this place, which is what I'm trying to do. I've angled the 0.6 grad just ever so slightly over to the right. It's not following the horizon line through as it normally would. I'm finding that the water on the right hand side of the frame there is actually a little bit brighter than what it is on the left, so I've just angled the grad just to take that into account. Fantastic. That's a great start today. The water's beating me back. I'm going to put that picture on now and head over to the other beach and see if I can find anything else. So isn't that one of the nicest coastal scenes you've ever seen? Absolutely beautiful, and it's so typical of what you find here on Iona. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've been down there and I've had a look around trying to find something to shoot. Because the tide is coming in so quickly, all the detail, rock pools, sand details I was hoping to shoot has completely gone. The tide won't come up all the way to the edge of the marram grasses that you can see on the left hand side there, but anything that I can get to this morning has got lots of footprints in it. I mean, there's not a lot of people on Iona, but that part of the sand and the strand line doesn't get covered an awful lot by water, so over time a lot of footprints build up. I could shoot more rocky scenery, more of what I've done over on the other side, but to be absolutely honest, the light now is getting much cooler and the sun has risen. We're half an hour beyond when I took that first shot, and I don't think I would improve on what I've already got, so I don't see any point in that. I could do it for the enjoyment, and I can do that all day long, but from a film point of view, I don't think it's going to add much to the content. So I'm going to head back and enjoy the rest of the morning. Hopefully I'll get down here again before the end of the week. I've got one more day, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I will get down and get to shoot some more images. But I'm going to finish it here. It's been a short one, I'm afraid, but I hope you've still enjoyed it. But as always, please subscribe to the channel and leave some comments below. I really enjoy reading those. And if you want to be notified immediately as soon as films are uploaded, ring the bell for those notifications. So I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.